Well, greetings race fans, welcome along to Coke and Tools Woodford Glen Speedway tonight, night number 1 of the Suck It Up Limited 2020 New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. Welcome to our coverage of this title. I'm Billy Hickey, alongside me Ivan McPhail. It's great to be back here at this fantastic track. Ivan, a perfect place to have such a title.
Yeah, it is, and the weather's playing its part today. You know, we're sitting at about 28, 29 degrees at the moment, so hopefully everybody's keeping hydrated, getting the water, getting some sunblock on, but yeah, we're in for a barnstormer.
Absolutely. Now, of course, Ivan, you're the president of Woodford Glen Speedway, you're president of the club here. Just tell us how much preparation has gone into this title over the past, 12, 18 months?
Yeah, well, it all starts when you get awarded the title at the conference, and we've been lucky we've had some back-to-back. So it's just rolling over from a different class to a different class, but trust me, there's plenty of planning that goes on to get this event, to get the premises looking the way they are, making sure we've got everything up to spec. Steve Lennon, our promoter, he's been out here the last 3 or 4 days, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. We've got Kindera, who's our full-time groundskeeper, caretaker out here, makes the place look what it is, and now all we can do is sit back and let the racers do their part.
Absolutely, it all comes down to those guys that want to go out there and skid on the dirt and put on a show for the fans at home, you guys at home, and everyone here at the track. Now, let's just talk about some of the standout competitors for this weekend. Of course, you've got your 1NZ Steve Cowling, current champion, great peddler. Of course, you've got his little brother, the 2NZ Chris Cowling. Of course, their father, Morris Cowling, a legend in saloon and super saloon racing. You've got the 3NZ of Ian Burson. You know, I'd like to think it's going to be a tussle between those three this weekend.
Yeah, those guys are going to be there. They don't get a number on their door for just turning up. But, mate, out of the field, it's pretty quality, yeah? You could throw a blanket over the top 15 and say, yep, one of those guys is going to do it. There's been some pretty good performances from down south. We had the Burger King series down here not long ago, so we got to see the Cowlings, the Flynns and stuff like that, young Sam Waddell. So they'll be at the point end as well, you know. Everybody's chasing those Cowling cars at the moment.
Everyone's chasing those Pro X's, that's right, but you like you were saying, Ian, you just can't discount anyone in this field. You've got young Sam Waddell, of course, son of Dean Waddell. He's a second-generation driver. You've got Cowlings, you've got both the Flynn brothers, you've got the likes of Craig Cardwell, you've got Ian Burson, you've got Peter Dixon, all of these guys out here that want to get out there and get that number one, and only one driver can get number one.
Yeah, exactly, and, you know, you have a look at it, the ones coming through, as you said, Craig Jr., he was a mover at our last meeting last weekend, so he was going forward. Richie Taylor, he's a stalwart of this class, been around, had a number on his door, hasn't had the lucky number one yet, but he will be thereabouts. Don't underestimate Hayden Mackay in the 86 car. Been around modifieds for the last few seasons, had numbers on his door. He's turned up last weekend, won the Canterbury's, and he also finished third in the South Islands in his first season in the Super Saloon. Very classy driver. There's plenty of guys around. Shearing from Invercargill, Ray Stewart, you know, he's having the big birthday this weekend, so wouldn't it be a nice way to finish him for a birthday to get up on the podium? But yeah, she's a lottery.
Now, you were saying earlier that we've got, you've got a full-time groundskeeper here, of course, working on the track and all that kind of stuff. Now, these cars, these Super Saloons work really well on a good track. How much preparation has gone into making sure that your track is going to hold up this weekend? Because it's a big ask.
Yeah, it's a big ask. It's like every track running around the country at the moment. You're fighting weather conditions. Look at us today. Nor'wester, they're pumping water on. We started prepping the track probably Monday, Tuesday after the weekend's deal. We've put new clay on it about 4 or 5 meetings ago, give it time to settle and bed in. We had a good track last weekend. Yes, it blacked up for the feature, but it was still 2 lanes. They could go high and go low. So we've got a lot of cars. We'll try and keep the moisture into it. As long as they've got a smooth surface and we can go 2 or 3 wide, everybody's racing on the same deal.
And that's right, Ivan. Everyone gets the same track, and it's just going to be a stupidly exciting weekend here at Woodford Glen. You guys have been building up to this for a long time. Like you said, the fans are pouring and everyone's watching at home. I just expect to be at a fantastic weekend. Congratulations on the preparation so far. Yeah,
no, it's a team event. You know, we've got an executive board that I sit on as president, and we have our club committee, and then we've got about 60-odd, 70-odd volunteers to run each night. So that's everybody. And then you've got your regular fans. You know, you can't have a race show if you don't have fans. Yep, they've got to turn up as well. So we want to make a good family event for everybody that turns up and that's watching at home.
Well, thank you very much for your words, Ivan, ladies and gentlemen. We're about ready, set to go for the 2020 New Zealand Super Saloon Champs, proudly brought to you by Suck It Up Limited. We're going to catch up with some of these drivers. Sit tight. We'll go catch up with them. We'll go racing. Stay tuned. Right, I'm here with the 3NZ, Ian Burson. Ian, of course, last year come up just short to the Cowling boys up at Huntley, but we're at a very familiar track for you this weekend, chasing the next couple of steps on the podium.
Oh, yep, we're here to climb a couple of steps, but hey, so are 46 other drivers, so we'll play the game tonight and see how we go and go from there.
Like you said, 46 other drivers out there wanting to do the exact same thing. A real quality field out here. You know, we saw in an interview earlier on, you know, there's the young guys like the Cowlings and the Sam Waddells and all those guys. How do you manage that, being, you know, you're an experienced campaigner, you've been doing this a while. How do you manage that sort of competition?
Oh, you just can't get too wound up with the situation and let your mind take over what's actually got to happen. And everyone's got a chance to win. And if you doubt yourself before you start, you know, you're certainly not going to be at the pointy end at the end.
Now, just tell us a wee bit about your season so far. Obviously, you're doing really well in the South Island. Of course, the Megan Turbo Super Cup, the South Islands went really well for you as well.
Yeah, we've had some good runs, but then we've had some rubbish too. Like, we've had some unfortunate incidents. We've ended our night and a few other competitors by just pretty much over driving. And we've changed our car a lot in the last few weeks because we just want to find something a wee bit different. And going forward, hopefully we can, because we seem to be at the pointy end of, you know, going into the feature races. But then, the ultimate goal is to stay there, not go backwards. So, we'll find it. Our hypermat car's grouse, always has been. It's just a matter of finding that little bit extra, you know, when it matters.
It's all about finding that little edge, isn't it? Now, of course, you come to race at Woodford Glen, you love this place, you usually go pretty well here. Anything that you'll be doing differently to what you do when you usually come here, just to get that little edge?
No, not necessarily anything. Yeah, you sort of, I try to capitalise on other people's mistakes and grab those positions, and just race our 5 heats smoothly, and hopefully we're within a reasonable stand at the end of, at the start of the feature tomorrow night. And if we're at the front, all well and good. If we're not, well, we've got more work to do.
Absolutely right. Wise words spoken from a wise competitor in the class. Ian, it's great to catch up with you. And a quick word for your sponsors on the car, because, mate, that car looks amazing.
Oh, yeah, but I can't thank Brado and the boys and Dan. They've wrapped that car, come down black this weekend, and they've just finished it today. So, shout out to those guys at Transform and Graphics and Signs and Design Art Sign, Debbie the Webster, Brooks Auto Painters, Worth have come on board this weekend, so thank Kyle for that, and Worth Products, Tate's New Zealand, In-House Developments, AT Electrical, Brooks Auto Painters, Tony's Engineering, Oakley's Plumbing and Drainage, and we've got Alama Race Fuels, got Paul Hodson here this weekend, powering this beast up with fuel. So I'm really grateful for our partners in crime, well, not really in crime, but in our race car, and without those guys, we wouldn't do what we do.
Absolutely right. Well, thank you very much for your time, Ian, and best of luck this weekend.
Oh yeah, thanks. It's going to be an awesome show. I just itching to get out there and give it heaps.
Have fun.
I will.
Alrighty, we'll throw it over to Ivan.
Yeah, thanks, Billy. We're over here with 18M, Sam Waddell. Good to see you back down here. You were here last weekend for the Canterbury's. What did you make of the track last weekend? We noticed you were trying a couple of things.
Yeah, look, we had a good run down here about 4 weeks ago in January with the Burger King Series, and it was a good chance to come down here last weekend and have a bit more of a run and try a few more things for tonight. They didn't quite plan out as the way we were hoping. Track was good though, a bit of a high line, but there wasn't the amount of cars that's going to be out there tonight, so it'll be a completely different track again tonight.
So we had a bit of a quick chat last week before the feature. You were off the front row with Hayden Mackay. Us of the commentary team, we did notice that you drifted back 3 or 4 car placings. It was trying something, was it? Getting geared up for this weekend?
Yeah, we tried a few different things, and we also found afterwards that we had actually sustained a bit of damage from the weekend before that we didn't find, so that didn't help with the setup of the car. But we luckily found out for this weekend, and we'll go again today and reset.
No, good as gold, mate. So obviously Dad's down here helping you with setup of the car, and who are your sponsors that help you get to these shows?
Yeah, JWL Investments is our main supporter, Rutherford Signs and Shape and Spray. They've been with us the whole time, and if it wasn't for them we wouldn't be down here.
No worries, mate. All the best for tonight and tomorrow night, and let's see how you go.
Yeah, cheers, thank you.
As he's just coming around, we're standing in front of this beautifully prepared 1NZ machine, the Tauranga ITM sponsored car. Mate, a wee bit of pressure going on as defending champ?
Yeah, a little bit, but hey, I've enjoyed having the one on my car for the last 12 months, so it's a huge privilege to have my name on that trophy with a lot of greats of the legends of our sports. So just race tonight, get through to 3 qualifying heats, and then 2 tomorrow, and hopefully make that feature and see what we can do.
How did you find your trip down earlier on in the season, a few weeks ago when you come down with the BK deal?
I struggled the first night. Friday night I struggled a little bit, but Saturday night was good. Started middle of the pack and ended up fourth, right on the door of third. So found we were moving forward and found some things. So yeah, but it's championship nationals, so anything can happen this weekend, and we'll just give it our best shot and see where we are at the end of the night.
Now, looking at the format, there's 9 heats and then the one race final. Your dad Morris, he would have raced in the days when you had to qualify on the Friday night and then you did a 3-heat format. Which way do you prefer? You're enjoying it this way? You've got a better chance to still make the final?
Yeah, I enjoy this way. I think it's quite cool. You get to race with everyone and everyone's got a chance to be in that top 20 for the feature race, and it's all down to that last feature race. And I think it's great for the fans, you know, when the car crosses the finish line, they know who the champion is, you know, whereas the points deal, you sort of got to wait and that. So, yeah, the winner of the last race is the champ. So that's the most ideal thing. Nothing beats winning a race and carrying that flag.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you guys have got a pretty big team and a big operation there. Who's on board with you to help you get here, to get these 1 and 2 NZ cars around the country?
Big lot of it is Morris, our dad, you know, like he's a huge part of it. Ewan at Tune Up, Tarangarai Team, Base Up, Jib, Drycon, Fortress Fasteners, whoever else that I've forgotten. The whole Cowley Motorsport team is a huge family and can't do it without all these guys and girls that come along every weekend and support both Chris and I to do this.
No worries, mate. Well, we wish you all the best for the weekend, both you and Chris. And, you know, you've got a proud dad behind you. So I bet he was happy this time last year.
Yeah, he was over the moon. We could only ever do 1 and 3 NZ in the saloons. We did that twice. So to do 1 and 2 NZ in Super Saloons was unreal feeling. And, hopefully we can repeat, you know, never know what will happen.
No worries, mate. All the best for the weekend. We'll go and let you relax before you get into the big show.
Hi, I'm Scott Williamson and welcome to X Factor Cars. Family owned and operated with 2 locations, Invercargill and Cromwell. Specialising in everything V8 from Holden Ford, HSV, FPV, and with Southland's biggest selection of American muscle, we've got most bases covered. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Get the X Factor.
At Wholesale Tyres in Whakatane.
Need truck tyres? Wholesale Tyres. Good tyres, better prices, great people.
So here we are back on track with our Super Saloons, the Coke and Tools group versus the Riverlands Holiday Park group. There are 6 groups, about 8 cars in each group. A few of them have got 7, I think. And each group will verse each other group during the course of tonight and tomorrow night. The field is at a slightly pedestrian pace going down the back straight past the Value Cars warehouse, but they're about to wind up and begin racing. First heat, Coke and Tools group versus Riverlands group for the New Zealand Super Saloon title. We're away and racing, and already we've got an incident before the race has even begun. The 86 of Hayden Mackay had a coming together there with the 7 of Simon, and they're both near the back of the pack. And out front, the 6 car of Kane Lawson has got some panel issues. On the inside, the left-hand front wing is peeling back on that car. The 1NZ of Cowling is currently in the 2nd place. The 3rd is the 27 of Trevor Elliott, and he's followed by the 2 of Chris Cowling. A few car links back to the 9 of Pitcher from Wellington, and then there's a whole gaggle of cars swapping position and swapping a bit of paint by the look of it behind Pitcher. The 33 car of Rodder's in the mix there, the 58 of Richie Taylor. Pitcher washes out wide and it looks as though Rodder's going to get alongside, but we go back to the front and we can see that Kane Lawson is opening a bit of a lead here. He's got about 8 or 9 car lengths over the 1 of Cowling. He's got a car length or two over the 27 of Elliott, who's lifting that inside front wheel as he comes out of turn 2. And hot on his tail is the 2NZ car of Chris Cowling. They've broken away. They've got about 10 car lengths on Pitcher in the 9W car. The 58 of Richie Taylor making some go forward at the moment. And behind him, a bit of a gap back to the 33 of Rodder, the 24 of Martin Halcrow, and the 861 of Ricky Bolton. Johnny Brown's in the mix there too, racing with Shearing in the 69 car, and a bit of pressure coming on from the 7 of Paul Simon. Hayden Mackay not making much of an impact from this point of view, we have to say, in the 94M and 18 cars at the back of the field. So there's the bunch going down the back straight past the Value Cars Warehouse Grandstand, led by the 24 of Mountain Harcrow. And if we go back to the front, the 6 car, he's gone, he's away, already into Envirowaste turn. And along comes the 1 and 27 car, having a good battle for second place there. They've opened up quite a big gap on the 4th placed Cowling. Cowling looks to have slowed. That's Chris Cowling in the 2NZ car. Looks to have slowed. I think there's an issue with that car. Is it a flat tyre? Suspension issue? Something's broken. Pitcher's gone right round him, and 58 Richie Taylor's gone right round him too.
He's limping that car home.
Yep, so Chris Cowling with some real issues in this first heat, and you'd have to say that the 6 car of Kane Lawson, as long as that bodywork stays attached, has got a very comfortable lead. The battle for second place rages with Trevor Elliott in 3rd at the moment, putting a lot of pressure on the second place car of Steve Cowling, but Cowling able to hold him off just at the moment.
2NZ to the infield.
So there, as we predicted, Chris Cowling's got an issue in that 2NZ car. There's the battle going through Envirowaste turn. Steve Cowling holding off Trevor Elliott, but the length of the front straight to the 6 of Kane Lawson. So Kane Lawson's going to come on to the back of the pack now as he's close to lapping some of the back markers. We're 10 laps down, 11 laps down now, so just 1 to go for Kane Lawson. He probably won't quite lap them, but he's got enough of a gap back. He can just ease off a little bit now. The 1NZ still under pressure from 27. Can Elliott get past in turn 3 in the last lap here? He's throwing everything at Cowling, but Cowling keeps it very tight on the inside. Kane wins, and side by side across the start finish line for 1st and 2nd. I don't know who got that. Jared, look at the ELS and tell us.
It's the 1NZ of Steve Cowling taking away that 2nd spot. Back to Elliott, Pitcher, Taylor, Halcrow. Fastest lap out of all of that was Kane Lawson, and probably no surprise there, he had the clearest bit of air on the track.
Yeah.
Lap 3, he pulled a 16.76. Everybody, well, other than Trevor Elliott, most of the other cars in the low 17s. Really strange start to that race, Tony. There was a bunch up. Someone in that pack, and no doubt we'll see it on the replay shortly, didn't go, and that caused a massive bunch up. There was definitely contact. 1 or 2 drivers probably fortunate they didn't lose some tyres.
Yes, I'm down here with the 6C, Kane Lawson. Kane, first heat of the New Zealand Super Saloon Champs out of the way, come out on top. Great way to start.
Yeah, it's a good start. We started obviously grid 1, so we needed to make the most of it. So it's just about trying to finish all into these 5 heats and finish as best we can to be in the grid for the main show. You know, in the past we've gone a bit hard at the start and maybe crashed out or whatever. So just trying to just be consistently quick. Yeah.
Now, of course, you get another front heat and then you get your back heats. It's the same with everyone. You've just got to maximise the amount of points you get.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like I said before, just try and just finish ahead of where we start. And the main thing is to finish. You know, if you go back a couple of spots, it's probably not going to be the end of the world because there might be some guys that don't finish. So just keeping that in the mind and just wanting to try and just start as far up in the feature as we can tomorrow night. That's the aim.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on the win and best of luck for your next heat. Thank you.
Cheers, bro. Thanks, mate.
Big business or small business, we've got mobile solutions to give any size business an edge. Our regionally based account managers can scope your business and deliver to your evolving needs. Take control of your team's business mobiles with individual plans or shared data pools, along with solutions that offer increased control over device and data security and the flexibility to easily manage your team's mobiles and apps. Whatever your business, whatever your size, talk to your Spark customer lead or business hub today.
Hi, Malcolm Nardo from Suck It Up. We specialise in hydro excavation in the Canterbury region, safe dig methods around services. Also, we do septic tank cleaning, drain cleaning, CCTV over your pipes. If you want an excellent service, please check us out on Facebook.
Suck It Up Limited, 740 Marston Road, Christchurch. Call them 24 hours a day on 027 588 8809.
Hi team, we're down here in the pits. I'm here with Chris Cowling, number 2 NZ. Not off to a great start in his first heat. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, we were going all right there for a bit, and then all of a sudden something's broken in the right rear. So yeah, a little bit unfortunate first heat race out for the weekend, so it doesn't help. But look, we'll try and get it repaired. I'm not too sure if we've got something there to replace it, but we'll make something happen. Get back out there for the next 4 heat races hopefully, and make some finishes and try and make it into that final tomorrow night.
What are you going to do for setups in your next race?
Well, it just depends how far we get with fixing the car first, and then we'll have a look, try and watch some races, and then work out what we're going to do from there.
How long is it going to take to fix it, do you reckon?
Well, the boys are working away frantically now, so hopefully we're back out for the next heat race.
Who are your sponsors?
Yeah, we've definitely got a big bunch behind us, but Puma Pine, Tauranga ITM, Base Up, Pro X2 Chassis, Tune Up Automotive do a huge job on the car for us, Jib, Les Harrison, and Fortress Fasteners.
Holy hell, you're going to need a second car for all those sponsors. Well, I wish you so much better luck for the next race. And, sorry about that, but yeah, good luck.
Oh, thanks to Sammy down to the pits, and of course to Billy Hickey, the ultimate video bomber. Alrighty, next up, event 4 in our program is the next heat for Super Saloons. This is the Value Cars group versus the Burger King group, brought to us by EnviroWaste. We're going to have a race, folks. Yay! Here we go. We're up and running. And off the front of the grid, it's the 46 car of Paddy North, who streaks away into, well, a pretty small lead, actually, in turn 1. And it's side by side coming out of turn 2 with the 3NZ of Burson and the 5 car. Just nothing between them there, battling over second and third place. Bit of a bunch up behind there. We've got one round. It's the 444 and the 73 car. Just tagged him as well. They're sideways across the track along with, is that the 27 car, I think it is.
Yeah, Joe Ingram there's gone around as well. No contact for Ingram. He's managed to pull it up on the brakes.
Okay, so 5. That's Mr. Flynn, Steve Flynn, isn't it? Yes. From the Bay. And the 46 of Paddy North. We do battle again. The 7M car in the mix there as well, but it's the 46 of North who just gets his nose in front as they come out of 1 and 2. Again, side by side for Burson and Flynn. Burson decides he's going to have a crack round the outside this time. Let's see what that new chassis can do. And oh my goodness me, it's quite impressive. He gets his nose in front as he comes down the front straight, and he'll power out through 1 and 2 to take the lead, I'm sure. Yes, he does, and he's already putting a few car lengths on the 46 of Paddy North. The 5 of Flynn's going to try and do the same thing, but Burson, Flynn's car gets a little tail, he gets a little tap there from the 18 car of Waddell, and those 4 have cleared away out front just a little from the 7 car of Emerson, and the what's that green car over there? Oh, that's Soper in the 8 car, having a great battle there for 5th and 6th place. So Burson, he's away, he's gone, that's it. they've done new things to the back of that car, and well, there we go. Here's your new favourite for New Zealand title. It's Ian Burson in the 3NZ, because he's already got about 10 car lengths over the 46 of Paddy North and the 18 of Sam Waddell. Waddell trying the high line, just tucks it into the back of the 46 car. He's running the outside line, trying to find the grip there, but Paddy North has got plenty of go forward on the inside. I don't know who's going to do better out of there. Waddell gets the drive out of turn 2 and takes second place, and Flynn sees that and follows him as well, but can't quite get the pass done on Paddy North. North keeping it down low. Flynn in the 5 car running high. Can Flynn get the slingshot off 2 like Waddell did? Yep, there he goes. That's where the grip is, folks, and that's where you can put the horsepower down and make the pass. Well, at least if you've got the right setup, you can. So let's recap where we're at. Where are we at? We've had a crack. We've had something.
5-car clip on the wall off 4.
Okay, there we go. Almost a crash, but not quite. So Burson, he's got the lead. 6 laps down in this 12-lap race. Burson, he's got a couple of seconds over the 18 car of Sam Waddell. That 18 car looking very smooth and self-assured at the moment. The 5 of Flynn, he's holding on to 3rd place, and behind him there's a battle for 4th. The 46 of Paddy North, he's just drifting back a little bit, and the 17 of Ryan Marsden, that Lovelady chassis with the rear steer in it, is absolutely humming. Quickest car on the track at the moment by some margin. Behind them, the 7, the Goat, absolutely in it at this point, ahead of the 8 of Soper. So then we go back to the 16, the Stealth chassis of Osborne, and the 77 of Greg Johnson. They've cleared out from the 64 and 27 cars. Fluffy Grocott trying to come through from the back of the field with Gavin Hill, and towards the back the 63 and the 444. So 9 laps completed now for Ian Burson. He runs down past the grandstand through Enviroways turn. Second place is Waddell, all on his own, but we've got one round. Johnston.
Yeah, Johnston spinning there at 2.
Oh dear. All of these guys are capable of upsetting Ian Burson. So the revs build, the speed builds, the lights go green, and we're back into our final 3 laps with the 3NZ of Ian Burson taking a handy lead into turn 1 and 2. Flynn gets alongside Waddell, but has to back out a bit on the low line out of turn 2. Waddell gets the drive up higher, and Marsden running the high line too. 46 Paddy North's back in 5th place. We've got a couple of cars not quite making turn 4 as quickly as they would have liked, and that caused a bit of a bunch up further back in the pack. But out front, side by side, literally side by side, Marsden and the 5 of Steve Flynn touching, I think it's, they came out of turn 2. Flynn gets the better of it. He's a little bit taily coming out of turn 4 there, and that's allowed Marsden to run up the inside, and I think Marsden might take the place off him. He's forcing Flynn out wide into the loose, and he does. That's a clean pass by Ryan Marsden to take 3rd. Flynn's not having it though. He's coming back at him. Look at him running high, running deep into turn 3. He's gone very, very deep there. The back of the car smacks out, and he doesn't make the pass. Meantime, that was the last lap. 3NZ Ian Burson takes it from Sam Waddell and Ryan Marsden.
Yes, this race looking very much like the first. That once you get to the front, much like Kane Lawson did, he put the head down, got himself a gap. Burson doing exactly that. Waddell managing to come back through the pack, as was Flynn in the 5. Flynn started at the front, but he managed to regain some composure later in that race. A couple of those cars slipping back through the pack, courtesy of just little rubs and incidents. Fastest lap time, probably no huge surprise. Yep. 16.6 by Ian Burson on lap 3. Waddell was the only other car to be in the 16th, or the 16.9 on lap 2. Everybody else, once again, low 17.
Thanks, gents. Yes, I'm here with the 3NZ, Ian Burson. Ian, obviously great opening account. You said off camera, if we're in front of Sam Waddell and pulling away, we're doing a good job.
Oh, definitely, Billy. Yeah, like we've got sister cars to each other, and Sam, he's one guy I really rate, and like we've got a pretty green car. Like, a lot of stuff in there is new to us, so bit of trial and error. Probably the wrong weekend to do it, but we had to do something to try to get these feature races sussed.
And how did you find the track out there? Obviously early on in the night, so it's working in your favour more than likely. Everyone's got the same track, but all in all, how are you finding it?
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Yeah, a bit of a cush developing out there, and you got 2 lines to race. So if any track that can give you 2 lines is racy, so it gives everyone an equal opportunity.
And plans for the next heat? Any changes to the car that you'll be making?
I think the boys have doing some stuff here. I'm not sure what, but yeah, I'm only the driver. They're the guys that watch the car and help set it up. So I can give them as much information as I can give them from the previous race. But you got to go at that next race as a new race and a different perspective on what it could be like.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your words and best of luck for the next heat.
No worries. Thank you.
Mix it, pour it, smooth it, finish it, soar it, clean it, nail it, polish it. 0800 24/7 rent. I hire, we hire it. 0800 24/7 rent. I hire, we hire it.
And some great support for some of the drivers out there too. There's the 34T supporters with their banner supporting the car from Cromwell. Of course, it's his birthday this weekend, isn't it? Are we allowed to say how old he is?
Well, yeah, well, you have to, because he had a whole celebration at Cromwell based around the very fact that he is 70 years of age this birthday.
Absolutely. So there you go. Some great support for the 70-year-old driver in the field. Well, is it today or tomorrow? Tomorrow, I think it's birthday.
And Lord knows I get into trouble for things I say about Super Saloons, but I will say...
You do sometimes.
He does not look like a 70-year-old.
No, he doesn't, eh? So we're about to get racing. Here we go, up and running. Third heat of the New Zealand Super Saloon title, courtesy of Suck It Up. Craig Carbell gets to the corner first, but kind of washes out, and that allows Flynn in the 6 car to get right on the back of him. The 21 Owls Litterbins car there right in the mix as well, and you can see the odd angle of the 11 car of Peter Dixon as the four-wheel steer of that Hypermax chassis starts to do its thing, and that car looks as if it's about to tip over, but then it doesn't. The 19 car of Malcolm Nartai right in the mix as well, in 5th place at the moment and looking pretty quick, and the 92 car of Hayward pushing into the gap beside the 88. We've got a bit of contact in turn 4, 53 cars involved in that.
Yeah, he just checked up on the brakes. He came up behind the 95 of Owen Dixon into EnviroWaste. He just went in a little hot, checked up on the brakes, and Quinn pulled that 23P car up on its nose. Heading through into EnviroWaste, and if you look through there, the red car of Hutchins just went in hot, just tagged the back of the 95 Invercargill, and yeah, nothing really in it. In fact, Paul Berg probably fortunate not to get caught up in it out of this, because if Owen Dixon had gone around, that would have got quite ugly. But Bergie was able just to keep that car low and
just avoid, and just the slightest of contact there in front of Mick Quinn's car. As you say, if you get a look at the front of Mick Quinn's car, it's long. Wait for that green flag to wave in the breeze. It goes, and so does Craig Carbell in the 8C. He's got Flynn behind him, and Donald Gregory in the 21 car takes advantage of a fantastic restart to get alongside Flynn. Side by side and ahead as they come out of turn 2. The 11 of Dixon's right in the mix as well. 19 Malcolm Nartai, perhaps taken a little surprised there by the pace of the 21 car. All the cars come out of turn 3 and 4 without incident this time round. Another lap ticked off for Craig Carbell as he comes through 1 and 2 down the back straight. He's got a lead of a couple of car lengths. We've got one round there, the 88 car, Dave Manera. He's on the infield, but he's kept it going. The race continues. Craig Carbell ticks off another lap. That's 3 completed now. Still side by side with Donald Gregory and the 6 of Grant Flynn, and Dixon getting his nose into the back of Flynn's car there to make it a bit of a threesome for 2nd place. 19 Malcolm Nartai keeping a close eye on these guys. He's got Ray Stewart in the 34 car keeping a very close watch on him as well. Hayward in the 92 car is holding station there from Dan Corrin in the 124, and Mick Quinn starting to make a bit of progress through from near the back of the pack. Let's go back front side now and have a look at the 8 car of Cardwell. And we've got a bit of smoke coming out of there. What's that? Malcolm Nartai's car, the 19 car, burning a bit too much oil. And he won't be happy with that. Mick Quinn getting a little sideways there coming out of turn 1. That car lurching over alarmingly, but that's what it's designed to do. So Carball comes down the front straight. There's the battle for second and third. Donald Gregory in the 21 just has the edge on the 6 of Flynn, and round the outside comes the 11 of Peter Dixon, and he just can't, the front two can't shake off Dixon. Cardwell alongside the 98M car there, who's having a nightmare of a heat.
Flat left rear.
Flat left rear, thanks Jared. Cardwell makes the pass well enough, but how these other 3 cars are going to squeeze past the 98 machine of Fraser, I am not sure. So we come down the front straight. Craig Cardwell says bye-bye, I'm off into the distance. 98 still the mobile chicane. Flynn goes up the inside, 21 of Gregory and the 11 of Dixon round the outside, and that's allowed the 34 of Ray Stewart to start to close up on those guys as well. Carball's gone for the doctor, that's it, he's done. It's
debris coming off the 98 car now.
The battle for second, third, fourth, that's where it's all at. 98 pulls to the infield, not surprisingly. And here's your battle. Flynn just has the edge over Donald Gregory. The outside line, the 11 car of Dixon can't quite get the go forward to get alongside Gregory. It's 10 laps completed now for Carball as this battle for second, third and fourth makes its way across start finish into 1 and 2. Flynn still has it at the moment. He's keeping that car down low. He's finding the grip there. But round the outside goes the 11 of Dixon, and he looks like he's going to try and make a pass. But we're in the white zone now. Just 1 to go. Carball's off in the distance. Bye-bye. But it's the 6 of Flynn, the 11 of Dixon, the 21 of Gregory. The four-wheel steer of Dixon's car taking it high there. He's got a great exit from turn 2. That's a cool pass for second place. That's how you do it. Steve Flynn in third now, Donald Gregory fourth, but Flynn comes back up the inside. Has he got the horsepower? No, he hasn't. Dixon takes second.
Yeah, as we watch the rest of the field filter on through, Craig Cardwell, beautiful run there, kept that nice and consistent. In fact, actually to the point of actually, I don't mean this in an offensive way, his race looked boring. He was out there, he just kept that metronome, as you say.
I know exactly what you mean.
And it was fast, comparatively. Although looking at the lap times, fastest car on the track there was Ray Stewart on lap 3, and he pulled a 17.944, which goes to show the track has changed quite drastically from those first 2 races.
Yeah.
But also just watching the battles, that's probably the most aggressive and the fastest I've ever seen Pete Dixon at Coke and Tools Woodford Glen Speedway in the first race of the night.
Yes, I'm down here with the 8C, another second generation driver, that is Craig Cardwell, winner of that last heat. Great opening account for you.
Yeah, hey, it's a good start for us in the team. We've had a lot of niggly problems with the car and finally ironed them out, so hopefully it's going to be good all weekend.
Obviously the car responding well to the track.
Yeah, the track was driving and then it went off a bit, so we just shut the car down, and that's what our cars like. They like the slick stuff, so we just drove the conditions and carried on.
And whereabouts are you starting for your next heat, Craig?
I think we're off 6 or 5.
Good stuff. Well, that Cardwell's Racing Supplies Pro X is looking fantastic, mate. Keep up the great form and best of luck for the rest of the night.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Hi, Malcolm Nardo from Suck It Up. We specialise in hydro excavation in the Canterbury region, safe dig methods around services. Also, we do septic tank cleaning, drain cleaning, CCTV over your pipes. If you want an excellent service, please check us out on Facebook.
Suck It Up Limited, 740 Marston Road, Christchurch. Call them 24 hours a day on 027 588 8809.
So that's Brent Emerson and that 7 car, otherwise known as GOAT. this, I should say a big thank you too to Mobile Foods, Anne and her team, who do all the chips and hot dogs, pies and soft drinks, sweets and sandwiches and all sorts of other tasty food around here at Coke and Tools Woodford Glen for sponsoring this race. We had a few other sponsors through the night that I haven't mentioned either. MDS Diesel Services, L&J Cartage, Enviro Waste, Christchurch Glass, Challenge Wymack. They've all sponsored races on the program tonight, and if we didn't mention it at the time, sorry, but big thank you for your support of Coke and Tools Woodford Glen.
As Mark Osborne in the stealth car just rolls up under the back of the 6C of Kane Lawson.
So second round of heats about to begin. Here we go. Off the turn 4 and on to the front straight we go. Goat in the 7, Bardsley in the 18, and Bardsley catches the Goat napping, and he streaks away into the lead with the 17 of Marsden hot on his tail. Currently in third but about to go past Emerson. No, Emerson just cuts across slightly. The 6 car, winner of the previous heat, Kane Lawson, is side by side with the 77 of Greg Johnson. Further back in the field, Osborne in the 16s racing with the 861 Pro X of Ricky Bolton, and Gavin Hill running the outside line, trying to stay with those guys too. Was that a coming together at the back of the field, or just a bit of heavy braking, I think, from the 63
Marsden.
car? Oh, and we've got contact out of turn 4. Cars all over the show, one spearing to the infield. That's 17 Ryan Marsden. The rest of them all keep going. What's the referee going to say?
Still racing, brother.
So Ryan Marsden not very happy there. He kind of got spat out the back of a meat grinder of cars. And we've got more contact in turn 3. The 16 car of Osborne goes over the front of Ricky Bolton's car, and several others involved in that as well. Oh dear. The disease has struck.
As we watch the Debbie the Webster replay, and it was just going in hot with the 861. He got on the brakes.
Got a bit sideways. Haywood nowhere to go.
Yeah, just big green and black. In fact, Gavin Hill just about got collected there. Osborne came in hot and just climbed over the front of both the 94 and the 861.
So look, we're bunching up into turn 3 and 4, which means we're about to get a race start. I think Greg Bardsley keeping it very, very slow, but he hits the gas now down the front straight. The 7 of Emerson and the 6 of Lawson tucked in behind him, and suddenly you get the feeling that this racetrack is not supporting as much width as it was earlier. Gavin Hill's not got that message though. He's running the outside line to great effect, making up places in the mid-pack. So Bardsley in the 18 car has got a lead of several car lengths over the 7 of Brett Emerson, the 6 of Lawson, who's right on the back of Emerson there, and Johnson and Hill. Hill gets another pass, another 2, and here comes the 16 of Osborne, trying to thread the needle between Lawson and Hill. The 94 car of Hayward has done a neat little pirouette in turn 4 and is sitting on the pole line, which means we must go yellow, surely.
We're still moving.
We're still green.
No,
There's still action in 1 and 2 as the 16 car chops off the front of the 48 car. Gavin Hill had to back out of that one big time, but everyone could see there was a yellow coming here, I think.
And Hayward there, I think, just went in a little bit hot. Yep. And what we're seeing a little bit of this, where drivers are running in hot, trying to close up that gap. And, of course, they nip the brakes. Back into the car goes facing the wrong way.
Absolutely. So just the slightest touch there from the 94 car on the back of 77, I think. But whether there was or there wasn't, definitely Caitlin Hayward there in the 94.
How good is Richie Taylor here?
Just avoids that. Look at that.
How good is it having a short nose on your car too? Because you wouldn't have got much between the two of them, and the responsiveness of the 58C there, just enough.
Greg Bardsley stealing a bit of a jump on the 7 of Emerson there. I think Emerson was slightly asleep. Anyway, where Bardsley gets the restart and he's away and off into the distance, and there goes Gavin Hill again on his merry way around the outside of Brent Emerson in the 7 car. Can he get the slingshot off turn 2? He kind of does, half ahead. Lawson's watching this from behind, and the 16 of Osborne, he's saying, I want a piece of this. He's trying to get that high line working as well. There goes Hill past Emerson up the top of the track, and Greg Bardsley still leads. Hill in second place in the 48 car. Here's the 16 of Osborne, finding the same grip that Hill did up high. Takes over third place, nips into the front of the 7 car to stop him coming back. Meanwhile, up the inside comes the 6 of Lawson. So poor old Brett Emerson's getting past left, right and centre here. Well, not centre, but definitely left and right. The order as we go through at the moment, it's Bardsley in the 18, the 48 of Gavin Hill. We go back to Osborne in the Stealth 16 car. Great battle for fourth as Richie Taylor comes on strong round the outside of the 6 of Lawson. They're battling for fourth place. Sixth place at the moment is Brett Emerson, but he's going back. He's got Johnston in the 77 car on his tail, and the 1 NZ of Cowling seems to have found the groove round the outside, and he's making it work. So Bardsley under pressure now as the 48 of Hill goes round the outside through turn 4. They're side by side as they go over start-finish. Bardsley has the inside line. Hill has the outside. Osborne looks as if he wants Hill to hurry up a bit on that outside line. He just got a bit more pace than either of those front two cars, I sense. But he hasn't got track position. He slides the nose in alongside Gavin Hill. He's going to make it inside pass. No, he's not. He backs out of it. Hill's got the pace on the straight. Bardsley's, I think he's holding these guys up. He's got track position, but not pace at the moment. The track's starting to dust up. The lap time's dropping off. We've had 9 completed out of 12. Gavin Hill into turn 4, quite hot, goes round the outside of Bardsley. Bardsley's tiptoeing that car now, and Gavin Hill's got more grip on the outside. I think he's going to get a clean lead in the next lap or two. 16, Osborne, he's gone down low, and Richie Taylor's come from near the back of the pack in that other accident to be challenging. He's in 4th place now. Not much between the top 4 cars. Anything could happen on this last lap. The white flag is waving. Gavin Hill has the lead. He's a car length ahead of the 18 of Bardsley. Osborne realises he's got to go high to try and make the pass, and he's opening the door for the 58 of Taylor. Taylor's got that inside line working well. Bardsley's the mobile chicane here. 16 of Osborne trying to go round the outside. Hill's going to win it. Battle for second. Oh, contact there. The back of the 18 car got touched by Richie Taylor in the 58, but he backed out of it, finishes 4th.
Yeah, beautiful race there by Gavin Hill. HPE, the 58 48C, taking home the race win. Fastest lap was an 18.6, so we've dropped another second from the previous heat.
17.3 there.
No, fastest lap for Gavin.
Oh, for Gavin, yeah.
Fastest lap was actually Bardsley on lap 2, and then, of course, you can just see how the track disappeared away. Bardsley pulling a 17.3.
Jared, yes, I'm down here with a 16. Former champion, of course, Mark Osborne. You got your first ever title here many years ago, and you were pretty hooked up in that first heat, trying to keep it on all 4 wheels, but you're up on 3. What's going on?
Yeah, no, we're a bit overhooked in the first one, but yeah, the track sort of come to us actually later in that first race, but we run out of laps, and then we just dialed the car, and then yeah, and it come on real good. Started passing some cars, so yeah, a bit of confidence back in myself and the car, so it's good.
You've been doing this for a wee while now, so you know how it works. It's all about getting those points earlier on, banking the points for that all-important feature tomorrow night.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, these just stay clean and just bank as many points as we can. Kind of need to be near the front, I think, in the feature, not necessarily off the front, but near the front in the feature tomorrow. Just make life a bit easier, I think. Yeah.
Where are you starting for your next heat, Mark?
Off 1. No, yeah. A win would be nice, yeah. But you never know. Some fast cars here, so yeah, we'll just try our best to. Yeah.
Look, these stealth chassis are looking fantastic. It's great to see yourself and Joe out here putting on a show for the brand.
Yeah, no, and getting confidence in our cars too. You know, this is probably my 5th meeting this year, so pretty green on the laps. But we'll get there. Joe's been doing real well this year, so very, very consistent, which is good. So yeah, hopefully him can be at the pointy end tomorrow. Be good.
Stealth 1 too.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I'll have 1. You can have 2, eh?
Yeah. Let him have a 1. You've had 3, mate. Come on.
No, we're good. Thanks, eh? Cheers.
Thanks for your time.
The St. Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff kinner. Once caught, the kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
Situated just 1.5 hours drive from Christchurch is Hanmer Springs, a small alpine village that has everything for the adventurer or for someone looking to relax. Stay a while and enjoy a bike ride through the numerous bush tracks, or relax in the famous hot pools. Take the whole family and let the kids take on the many attractions on offer. And to top off your stay, book now with Hanmer Holiday Homes, where there's a budget and accommodation to suit everyone. Call now.
Front row of the grid, it is the 7D and the 24P.
So that's Paul Simon from Dunedin and the 24 car course, Martin Halcrow, currently contracted to Palmerston North. And are we going to go racing this time round? Yeah, the lights are out and the flagman's leaning over with the green flag. I think we're going to get a start, and yes we do, and away we go. Drag race down the front, and it's tight there. Halcro just cuts across the front of the 7 car, gets his nose in front, but the 7's just in front through turn 2. They're side by side. 53 cars in the mix as well. Ray Stewart in the 34, nothing's going to get past him in the next. Oh yes, dear, we've got a big pile up there as the 11 car of Dixon gets into the back of 34, but Dixon backs out of it, backs up everyone behind him, but amazingly everyone's got through and is still running. There's 3 wide coming out of the back of the pack there as one of the Flynn cars and the 86 and 69 cars are racing side by side. But out front, the 7 car, Paul Simon from Dunedin, has a bit of a lead. Only a car length. Oh, we've got some action down the front straight there. Hayden Mackay. Oh, we've got another one round. Johnny Brown gets half spun through turn 1. There's half spins and taps all over the show at the moment. You'd think it was stock cars. Simon has the lead. Oh dear, there we go. I spoke too soon. It is stock cars.
Yeah, we've got a lot of guys just going for it at the moment. 1 or 2 of them maybe just out driving themselves a tad.
So here's a replay of goodness knows which of those many incidents. You can see the Mark Pitcher's car.
Oh, the 98 just about turned right on, well, clipped the 2 NZ car. So Cowling is having a forgettable evening, as we watched on the Debbie the Web. The 98 car went in like a rally car and then hooked right.
So Fraser's having an even more forgettable evening in that 98, isn't he? So we're about to go green and racing again, and we do. And away goes Paul Simon, followed tightly by the 9 car of Pitcher and the 53 there as well of Hutchins. And it's all bunched up and tight coming out of turn 2. Dixon muscles his way past the 34 of Ray Stewart. Stewart comes back under braking. 53's gone round. We've got other cars round in the mix there too. Yellow. Yep.
The grand, as we watch the Debbie the Webster replay, Hutchins just putting himself around, and Dave Manera literally just
drives over the front
of him.
And giving him a good hand signal as well, I think, at the same time.
Yeah, this angle won't show the hand signal, but I think we know what it was.
Yes, I think we can guess. Indeed. So some great footage there from the Pits TV drone, but we're going to get back to the action on the track with Paul Simon about to lead Pitcher in the 9 car. Away we go. They're all line astern, and Ray Stewart in the 34 car's got to fight off Peter Dixon in that 11. 11 lifting the inside front wheel as he goes through 1 and 2, and he's made the pass. 1, 2, 3, passes 3 cars in 1 turn, just like that. Peter Dixon on fire here at Coke and Tools, Woodford Glen. Pitcher says, I'm coming back at you though, mate. I'm not having that, and it's a battle down the front straight, side by side, into turn 1, side by side. Simon goes round, it's too much for him. Cars go in, left, right, and centre. Oh boy.
As we watch the Debbie the Webster replay, Pete Dixon, beautiful move in there, and as the 7D car, we've just seen it courtesy of the replay. I had to be, as we just watch how that happened. 3 laps completed.
But we're about to start another one, and even before the green drops, we've got a car climbing into the back of another car, and more contact as they go into turn 1. Oh boy, this is turning into the biggest demolition derby in New Zealand. Should I said that? I don't know. The 11 car of Dixon, he's got about a couple of car lengths over the 9 of Mark Pitcher. He's a car length ahead of the 7 of Paul Simon. There's a battle for 4th place behind him between Flynn and the 817 of Jackson Lovelady. Jackson's coming on super strong here. Flynn flinging it out wide in the loose. Jackson keeping it tight on the inside. There's about 4 or 5 car lengths back to Johnny Brown in the 95. 86 of Mackay can't seem to get much go forward, and he's got Paul Berg right on his tail with Ewan Shearing, Trevor Elliott, and near the back of the field 34 Ray Stewart, and right at the back of the field is that car with the bonnet that just won't behave, and he's pulling off. So that's his race done, 53M. So out front we go. It's the 11 car of Peter Dixon coming down the front straight, but all the action's behind him. You got Mark Pitcher in the 9, and you got a great battle for 3rd there between the 7 of Simon, the 6 of Flynn, and the 817 of Jackson Lovelady. As they go down past the Value Cars Warehouse Grandstand, this is where the race is now. But like previous heats, the lead cars cleared out and gone. Let's focus on that 2nd to 4th battle. second to fifth battle, really, as Pitcher seems to have the best of it at the moment. He's got a car length over Simon, who's running a slightly higher line. Jackson Lovelady doesn't want to venture out too deep on that track, too high. Flynn's happy to go wherever the momentum takes him, and I think he's got the car to handle it too. So I'm not sure how these places are going to change, if they're going to change at all. 8 laps completed out of 12. And Dixon has a huge lead over the 9 of Pitcher. You can't even really see Dixon in the bottom of the frame there. He's so far ahead of the 9 of Pitcher. Pitcher still holding on to second place and driving a good race here. Flynn's taking the inside line in that battered car of his, and he's under a bit of pressure though from Simon and Lovelady. You get the feeling that Brown in the 95 and 86 of Hayden Mackay are slowly catching on the back of these battling cars, and I think the whole field's getting a bit compressed up, but they're going to run out of laps because that's 10 completed for Peter Dixon. As he goes down the back straight now, and there's the battle for second, third, fourth and fifth. They're all in the same frame. They're all tight together. And it's Mackay who's coming on strong in the last laps. We're in the white zone now. Peter Dixon just needs to bring it home. In a race that he'll be very glad will come to an end, I think. The 9 of Pitcher holding on to second place at the moment. Can Grant Flynn make any inroads? I don't think he can. He just hasn't got the car under him to propel him forward past Pitcher. And Jackson Lovelady's going to have to settle for fourth, I think. Checkered flag waves. There's your winner, Peter Dixon. We'll all go make a cup of tea, and there's your second place, 9, Mark Pitcher, followed by Grant Flynn.
Wow. I'm just having a look to see if I can see the time elapsed for the total race. I wouldn't setting any 12-lap records out of that one. Fastest lap time is 17.9 by the 7D car on lap 2, which does seem quite a long time ago, and we're not sure which lap 2 that was. Because there were a few yellows.
Because we had a few of them, yeah, we did.
But looking on the infield, there's some good contenders that are wrecked. Looking the side of the Flynn car, it's going to need a bit of duct tape. Hayden Mackay, credit to him, he's managed to salvage something out of that race, albeit that the Arbortec Port Hills Truck Centre car is a bit of a mess at the moment. His biggest fear would have been in that race with that vibrating right rear, was it going to shatter the hub?
That's right.
And so
it wasn't really a circle anymore, was it? It was more of an oval.